Hi,
Hi.
I'm recording.
Uh-huh.
Tell the nice people where you are
Uh, I'm at the 78th Venice Film Festival in Venice, Italy.
in Italy.
Mhm.
Uh, the city you're staying in is called.
Venice.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, okay. So,
No, the festival itself takes place on the Lido, an island, uh, where it's a bit more expensive to stay, but
oh, so
which
we're
means
poor. So we're poor now.
no, I'm staying. It's more expensive to stay on the island, and I'm not staying there.
That's what I'm saying. So we're poor.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
Um,
Help us, we're poor. Um, I'm looking it up now. I guess I
uh,
I,
oh,
I
now you're
I
there.
guess I didn't realize where Venice was. I knew it was in Italy, but it's on the like the northeastern side of the country.
Mhm.
Like I guess I thought it was more like towards the bottom of the boot.
Nope, not at the bottom of the boot. Um,
So it's just a quick boat ride to Croatia if you wanted.
yeah, not I don't have time to visit the Eastern Bloc. Yeah, but anyway, which means on a daily basis I have to take a little water boat. Well, it's not little, to back and forth, which is takes about roughly 20 minutes.
Well, here, hold on. So the history of you going here is the Venice Film Festival had appealed to you, but it conflicts with Toronto, TIFF.
Yes. Yep.
You generally have preferred to go to TIFF.
Yeah, because I've been attending that since 2007.
But
But then,
because
after the pandemic, TIFF, well, last year was virtual only. Now they're doing a hybrid virtual physical. So I'm covering TIFF this year, but I'm not going.
so instead you took this opportunity to go to Venice.
Mhm.
So today is Friday. It's 7:30 my time. What time is it there?
It's
7:30
4:30
p.m.
p.m.
It's 4 p.m.
4:30 p.m. Yeah.
4:30 p.m. Oh, right. Not there are no half-hour time zones. Um, so you left on Tuesday, 3 days ago, and that was quite the trip. Why don't you explain that?
Well, it was my layover was in Atlanta, which was supposed to be like an hour, a 90-minute layover, which ended up being 5 hours because there was a suspicious package located in Concourse F, and it completely shut down the airport, which backed up everything for hours. Uh, yeah, it was a stressful situation because also the pilots were about to time out. So they were trying desperately to make that flight happen. And I think they did time out as we were getting everybody on the plane, but they decided to go on with the flight. Like, uh, so yeah, and then of course a 9-hour flight over to Venice, uh, in which was a packed flight. I was hoping to get a row to myself. That did not happen. I had a very loquacious female next to me.
What was she
So
talking about?
she's an older white lady and just wanted me to know what was happening with her and her life and her trip. She was sanitizing. So part of the holdup was they had to get the cleaning crew in there, and it took an hour to sanitize the plane. All the COVID measures. And I get in there and she's scrubbing everything down, after we've waited for them ostensibly to, really clean this plane. She's like, here, I have some of these. I'm like, don't bother. I want to die.
Oh God. So
Because
what
it's how I
time?
felt at that point.
So what time did you arrive in Venice?
I was supposed to arrive at 9:30 a.m. and instead I arrived at 1:30 p.m.
So that actually worked out fine because you were able to probably check into the hotel, right?
Yeah, I arrived right on time. But then I took a bus into a platform in Venice because it's difficult to drive around here. Obviously, like there's not access via car to a lot of areas. And the water boats, of course, the water taxis were backed up. So I walked 3 kilometers to my hotel.
Well, what is that, like a mile and a half?
Uh, a little over, I think, but yeah. But just in some of the most confusing network of streets I've ever experienced, but
With a
it happened.
suitcase, with a suitcase and a backpack.
With a suitcase and a backpack in the
And a
blazing heat.
pocket full of dreams. So tell us about your hotel.
Oh, it just well, I think I waited last minute to book a lot of things, which is also why I'm staying in Venice proper. It's just a very spare place that, you know, to quote Virginia Woolf, it's important to have a room of one's own. And it's just a place for me to come sit and write.
There's a bathroom and a shower, right?
Yes, of course.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know what y'all be doing. Okay. So yeah, tell us about your first couple of days.
Well, also that first.
Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, go. Well, I was gonna say before you do that, are there any like COVID measures?
Yes, the green pass or whatever I had to show my vaccination record, blah blah blah, and it's built into my green pass is built into my press card. But the festival part of the island is very contained, meaning when I get off the water boat, there's a checkpoint, and if you have to go through this checkpoint of security, they search your bags and blah blah blah. But then when everybody on the boat is doing it, it can take that's another half an hour unless you're at the front of the line getting off the boat. So I think that's part of their measures, as well as this year, much like Cannes did, they have implemented a ticketing system for press, which, as you know, prior to the pandemic, press didn't have to get tickets to press screenings. So there's been a lot of contention about how they modeled that, because they tried to market this ahead of time as like, oh, it's going to be much more relaxed than Cannes was, because as you know, it was very stressful. But it's got its own weird kinks, because every screening ahead of time, every screening we need to get a ticket for, we're able to apply to get a ticket 74 hours in advance, but per each screening. So then every day, all day, everybody's looking at this ticketing system to get their tickets 74 hours in advance. So I'm really looking forward to Wednesday when I no longer have to deal with that. At the same time, the silver lining is, you can be last minute getting to these things because you have a reserved seat. And I will say that part has been better than Cannes.
Having a reserved seat.
Well, they kind of had reserved seats. They made you get tickets, as I said, but they didn't. Not all the theaters had different rules and blah blah blah. Here, it's pretty much the same across the board. You go to that seat that you're ticketed for.
Gotcha.
And of course, wear your mask through the screenings, and
So continue. So, what was the one movie you were most excited to see at Venice?
Well, probably the Isabelle Huppert film, which I saw before Venice via a screening link. But while Promises.
Did I see that?
You were in the room.
Hmm.
Remember, because I kept pausing it to say how good she looked?
No.
Where she's the mayor of that town.
Yes, I remember that.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
But most excited, Dune, which was today, and
Oh, you already saw Dune?
Yeah, that was the last thing I just saw.
Oh. Do you want to give us a mini review of Dune?
I'll probably have to check the embargo dates before you post this. It was the one screening everybody had to put their phone in a little bag.
Oh, so you probably can't talk about it.
I just read the book prior to the festival, and it's called, as the credit sequence says, Dune Part 1, and it's really only about maybe a little over half of the book. So there's a lot. So to me, as a film, it felt kind of dull. And I think if you haven't read the book, because the few people I talked to outside the theater think that all of the exposition being thrown at you, even though I think it's, having read the book, it all makes sense. And I think Villeneuve lays it out well. But I think if you don't have that roadmap, it's overwhelming with all the characters and names and places, and also maybe just a little bit dull.
Do you think I would like it?
I I don't know, you liked his film Arrival.
Oh, that's right. I do like that movie.
It's okay. I think that he should have probably shot the trilogy altogether, because if this doesn't make money, then I don't know that he's going to be able to do that. And so then it really leaves this saga in an awkward place. And as you know, I rewatched the David Lynch film the night before coming as well, and that certainly has a lot of problems. And it's definitely an improvement. You know, it looks state of the art. It looks beautiful. I had a little problem with some of the lead performances, but it's fine.
Is this the movie with Timothée Chalamet?
Yeah, and he was very one note to me, but
Okay.
I think Paul Atreides is kind of a thankless character and role to play, but he fits it better than Kyle MacLachlan, but it's a little bit one note.
All right, so I interrupted you, but tell us about your first couple of days.
Well, my first day was exhausting because after all of that travel, saw two films, but they were both good.
The night before you left, you didn't go to bed until like what, 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
And then you had to wake up at 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then you weren't able to sleep on the flight to Atlanta, the long layover. You weren't able to sleep on the flight to Venice.
In fits and starts, but there was
and then when you got there, you just hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Okay.
As one does.
That's stressful. Go ahead.
But Power of the Dog, Jane Campion's first narrative feature in 12 years. I actually did really like. I did not read that book by Thomas Savage that it's based on, but it's more of an ensemble piece. And I mean, I don't know that she or anyone else will probably, best what she did with piano, but I'm usually pretty cool on Benedict Cumberbatch, but he was quite sinister and intriguing, and there's a lot of homosexual tension in the film. I did really like The Power of the Dog. Right after that, I was exhausted, but sat through a film called 107 Mothers, which had some strong things about it that I liked. About kind of a hybrid docu-film about these women in a Ukrainian prison that have babies and what their process of dealing with them does.
Oh, okay.
So that was my first day. It feels like I've been here longer, but I'm not even halfway through the festival technically.
Yeah. And then, okay, keep going.
Oh, the opening night film I missed, but I saw it the next morning, which was Almodóvar's Parallel Mothers. Again, I think to me that's his strongest film since The Skin I Live In, but also the way it kind of makes it is an indictment against kind of what happened historically in Spain, in the Spanish Civil War in the 30s, tied to this very Douglas Sirkian melodrama about two women whose babies are switched at birth. I don't know, like they do tie together, but in ways that I thought were a stretch. But as a film, it was enjoyable. I certainly liked it better than Julieta or Pain and Glory. And I know a lot of people love Pain and Glory, but I was not really a fan of that film. Paolo Sorrentino's new film, The Hand of God, probably my least favorite film thus far in competition, although it's received a lot of praise. It's very much, he's doing Fellini's Amarcord kind of, and then it becomes a really, to me, dull tale about another boring, white, straight boy coming of age.
Oh.
And then The Lost Daughter, Maggie Gyllenhaal's debut, I really liked.
Directorial debut?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I read that book too by Elena Ferrante, which I really enjoyed. And I think the novel probably helped me enjoy the film more, because a lot of people I've spoken to here were confused. They thought it was slow and really ambiguous, but it's like, well, the novel is. And I think Gyllenhaal did a really good job of kind of visualizing this, what really is a very interior. It's a novel about this woman's interiority, and I think the visualization of it, I think she does get it across well, and I did like it. What else? This morning I saw Spencer with Kristen Stewart as Princess Di.
Oh, that's right.
I went in with low expectations. I wasn't crazy about Jackie, Pablo Larraín's last film in this vein about, Jackie Kennedy with Natalie Portman, which I don't think you saw that.
No.
And I have to say, it's difficult nailing the likeness of Diana Spencer. It's like somebody playing Marilyn Monroe. It's really almost impossible. But I think the film, because it's set over the 3-day weekend where she's decided that she's going to leave Prince Charles.
Okay.
So it's just across 3 days. And I think Stewart does a good enough job. I think there's going to be a lot of detractors about maybe some accent work and physicality. But to me, I think you become, it's set it's told in a way that you become absorbed and kind of forget that it's Kristen Stewart playing this royal icon.
Yeah.
But overall, I did like it. I'm trying to think, there's something else that I saw that I'm forgetting. But yeah. Oh, the card counter.
What is that?
Paul Schrader's latest film with Oscar Isaac and Tiffany Haddish.
Oh, I thought you watched that before you left.
I did, but it's playing in the competition here and it screened yesterday.
Oh, okay.
That I actually really did like quite a bit as well. But I'm a big fan of Schrader's work overall. I mean, I know I forced you to watch First Reformed because I think that was my favorite film of 2018.
What was that?
And with Ethan Hawke.
That's the priest?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, the day that it premiered, Paul Schrader announced a new project with Sigourney Weaver and Joel Edgerton called Master Gardener. So obviously, I'm excited about that. But there's really a lot more to see. I don't want to say, I feel like I'm poo-pooing on Dune, but I think the expectations are going to be so high that I can't imagine who that film is going to be for. Again, I think he just should have made it a trilogy, like Jackson did with Fellowship of the Ring. Just film it all at once, or the Avatar films, because I just don't see this being a runaway hit that it needs to be to justify him continuing. And to me, it really is a fun. It's like a David Lean sci-fi soap opera, and I think this film finally deserves to be made in the way that he's going. But there's still Halloween Kills to see, and Last Night in Soho, Mona Lisa and the Blood Moon, Il Buco I'm seeing tonight from Michelangelo Framartino. I'm very excited to see that. God, what else is there? Freaks Out. I guess I'm okay. The Russian film, I'm forgetting the title of it. Captain Koroganov Escaped or something. That I'm very excited to see. The Last Duel from Ridley Scott. Yeah, there's still quite a bit.
Okay. The place you're staying, is it like, are there a lot of units in there?
I think.
I hear people talking. That's why I'm asking.
Because I have the window open, it's probably the neighbors. Because all the streets are very narrow. I think I sent you a couple of pictures. Everything, it's very narrow. And of course, all I keep thinking about is The Comfort of Strangers, a Paul Schrader film with Natasha Richardson and Rupert Everett, which that film was made in 1990, but they get lost trying to get back to their hotel one night. And so they have to fall asleep on the street. So, but I don't know how you would navigate this without MapQuest. But
it's not that big. So what's so confusing? Everything looks the same, or?
There are so many little, you'd think they're alleyways because they're so narrow that they're all kind of, a lot of the streets are cut off from the waterways. So that's in a very serpentine fashion throughout the city. So you can dead end going any which way. So you really do have to take particular routes in some cases.
Well, that doesn't sound like it's for me, but anyway.
It's like running through capillaries. That sort of feels like.
God. What have you been eating?
Oh God, I haven't found a fresh market nearby, and I had pizza all day yesterday, so I don't want to have more pizza. Not a lot of fresh food, I'll say that, and I'm craving fruit.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope you get it. Um,
God.
is there anything else you'd like to say? Do you feel safe there?
Yes. What's interesting, it's probably the first major city I've been to for more than a weekend that doesn't have a gay bar. There's not a dedicated gay bar. And the response to any Italian you say that to is like, well, we're welcoming to everyone here. It's like, yeah, but where are my people?
Oh, I mean, I could see that too being, but like I'm assuming real estate is precious there, right?
Yeah.
Because aren't the waters like receding the land area?
Mm-hmm. You can see it on things on like posts they have in the water that they have to periodically change them because the water's eating away at the infrastructure. And also, it just seems so unsustainable. Even that I have to get on this boat once or twice a day, and all these people just to get to this island, it feels a lot extra for a film festival. But then I watched a film about the royals this morning, so I'm like, well, it's not that much extra.
Right. But that's what people like about Venice, right?
I think so, but I think after 13 years of being with you, you've rubbed off on me, and it's got to be easy. I like simple, faster ways.
I want to be comfortable.
As you know, I can give away a lot of comfort to do some things I want, but the ease of getting back and forth is paramount to me. But other than that, it's enjoyable. It just, it's been a while since it's been my first time to a major event like this. So it still feels very much like that at first. I'm a novice.
Okay. Do you think you'd want to go back at this point?
Yeah, I think it'd be more fun to stay on the Lido. Again, maybe the extra money would be, better for comfort, but and the ability to come back and write much faster.
Got it.
But yeah, I think you'd like the city. So I definitely recommend visiting it.
I can just look it up on the internet.
No, not the same.
I can just look at pictures. I'm looking at them right now, actually. Lovely buildings, lots of water.
Lovely gowns. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, how do the people dress there? Like at the festival, is it super casual?
Well,
you said Cannes is a little more fancy.
Yes, there are fancy red carpet premieres here, and there are celebrities that are showing up on boats and going to their film premieres. But you've been to press-related things. You can usually tell who's press, but
because most press people aren't very good looking.
I didn't say that. I was talking about dress.
But anyway, which celebrities have you seen?
Oh, nobody will know. I besides Raja O'Hara at the LAX airport leaving.
Do you know who won All Stars?
No.
Oh, then I won't tell you.
I can wait.
Well, I don't know if you can make it that long without social media ruining it.
Well, being at a film fest, I'm kind of in an intense bubble, so it's really,
yeah,
I'm not on social media a lot. Jonas Carpignano, he's an Italian director. I walked right by him the other day. I'm trying to think of who else. I've seen people filtering in and out of like red carpets when I walk by, but
okay.
Usually I'm hustling and bustling to get somewhere.
Of course you are. Anything else?
No. Are you excited for me to get back?
Yeah, sure. I'm sure the cat is too.
Oh yeah. Somebody to care for her. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I tried to let her sleep. Like I didn't lock her up like we normally do. Yes, mm-hmm. Last night.
Are you posting this online?
Oh yeah. I guess I forgot I was recording. Never mind. We can have it.
Well, you might need to cut it off or explain what you mean by locking up. But
oh yeah, I should, since probably the cat sleeps in a nice little bed area in our bathroom every night. She's been doing that since we got her, so she's used to it. How old?
Shackled to the wall.
How old is she?
She was born in 2018.
So she's 3
Mm.
and some change. Yeah. So for that entire time, she sleeps in the bathroom it's very comfortable. And then she has a schedule when, she'll start scratching at the door when it's time to get out of the bathroom. But the night before last, I made the mistake because she was acting pretty calm and in the bed with me watching TV. So she slept. And the next thing I know, 3:00 in the morning, she's sitting on my face and talking to me.
You'd have been that boy in Gremlins with the Mogwai. It seems okay to feed him after midnight.
Yeah. She fooled me once. Shame on her. But
yeah, she did that to me once. Never again.
Yeah, I was very tired yesterday, and other than that, everything's okay here. But I will end the call now, so we can say bye-bye to the people.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.